What's up, you lard asses? Welcome back from Thanksgiving. When I say lard ass, I mainly mean myself. We are here once again on a Monday to celebrate all things pop culture with a pop culture roundup. Joined with me, as always, is the one, the only, the co-host of Snarkbait, Sophie Ross Brooks. Sophie, how was your Thanksgiving?
Ryan, did you stop doing folks? Welcome to your week, because I made fun of you that one time.
No, listen, as an artist, you're always evolving. You're always changing. I think you know as a podcast host, you just can't rely on the same bag of tricks.
Wow, you just have, so much up your sleeve.
It's called range. It's called range.
So much range. Folks is a classic, though. I'm going to miss it if you're...
No, I still do that like on all the other 8 episodes I do a week. So I don't think you have to worry. And by the way,
God,
you did make fun of me, but that for some reason I had forgotten about that until you brought it up right now. So that was just purely me.
Okay, good.
Not doing
just wanted to make sure it wasn't, my doing.
No. You bullied many a podcaster in your day, but this is not one that you didn't. Okay. You did not bully me.
Okay, good. But yeah, my Thanksgiving was good. I, for one, love Thanksgiving food. I know we were just talking about.
Are there a lot of people out there that hate Thanksgiving food?
Some people don't like it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of turkey slander lately, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, turkey's great.
Turkey's great. I love sweet potato casserole. That's probably my favorite. Really good mac and cheese every year. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Green bean casserole. Can't go wrong. Cornbread. We had cornbread this year. Yeah, you really just can't go wrong. Pumpkin pie. What's not to love?
There's nothing bad. So you went to Cincinnati with your family, right?
Yes. Yep. Spent the week in Cincinnati, and it was really nice.
Wait, when did you get back to New York?
This morning. We had an early flight.
God.
And yeah, I think it's there's some snow situations happening on the East Coast and the Midwest, and we somehow were not affected by it, which is good. So
we're turning into a weather podcast now. There's a slight storm coming into the Midwest, you guys.
Wintry mix.
Hey, something for your winter holiday, your winter wonderland. I guess the big question is, did you see Wicked for Good?
Yes. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
Did you
first
see
up,
it yet?
No, I have not seen it yet because Rebecca anti-Wicked. And so I have to find a way to sneak off and watch Wicked for Good, which I really actually do want to see. But the first question before you get into your other thoughts, did you cry? And if you did cry, how many times during the 3-hour runtime did you cry?
I cried during For Good, and it was not like the heaving crying that I did during the first Wicked.
Yeah.
Even my mom, she was sniffling a little bit. She was crying also. She was sitting next to me. And by the way, we accidentally bought 4D tickets, so our seats were moving.
Oh, you had the seats that move?
It was so stupid. It added literally nothing to the experience, but it did feel a little bit like a massage. So I was into it. Everyone around me was turning it off. But yeah, I cried a little bit. Overall, it was not great, though. I was super disappointed. And you guys know I'm the biggest fan of the first Wicked. I was the number one proponent of Cynthia Erivo winning the Oscar for the first Wicked. I don't even think she might get nominated, but I don't think that Ariana or Cynthia, and it's not anything that they did. It just wasn't the movie didn't set them up for any sort of oh my God, that was just
I hear there's no huge musical numbers like there are in the first ones and stuff like that. So I hear it's more, or people were almost, which I might even like it better, more like a Marvel superhero film in some ways.
Kinda. And there were a lot of they added 2 songs, and the songs they added were both scenes that I was we could probably cut this. It just there was, I feel a lot of fluff. And if you've seen Wicked the musical, you know that the first half, I feel it's just it's more exciting than the second half. So it always was gonna be, I think, a little bit more challenging making the second half as exciting as the first. But I don't know, there was just a lot of fluff.
How was Ethan Slater as the Tin Man, as Bach as the Tin Man?
Bach Woodsman, This is his villain origin story. Let me
So
tell
wait,
you.
so now do you get it? Like, you get what Ariana Grande was attracted to when he's in that Tin Man outfit?
Ryan, I've always gotten it. I told you, I've always seen the vision when it comes to Ethan Slater. I'm sorry. Like, I see the vision.
I see all the clips of that one look that he gives. Like,
wait, what about the SpongeBob clip that's been going viral?
Yeah, yeah, you got it. He played SpongeBob in the SpongeBob musical on Broadway, and obviously a very talented Broadway actor, and then got hooked up with Ariana Grande through Wicked and left his wife and his new child allegedly. Is that? I don't think we even need to say allegedly. That actually happened.
Yeah.
And we don't really know the full story. I know Bowen Yang, who was also in Wicked for Good, says we don't know the full story. But it seems like we know a good part of the story.
Yeah. I feel.
Do you think they're still together?
I don't know. Like, I was seeing reports that they are. There are obviously a lot of rumors that they're not. And then, other reports saying, oh, no, don't believe the rumors. They are still together. I don't know.
But what's the fun of being together if you can never be seen together? Like, they don't go to award shows together. They don't, it's like, that's obviously very PR driven because it was so negative in terms of how they got together. So that's, but then you get confused if they're actually together or not because you don't see them out really.
Yeah. And now to me, he's just Bach Woodsman,
He's just Bach
Like,
Woodsman.
I'm like, okay, Bach. So spoiler alert for Wicked 2. Spoiler alert. Nessa Rose keeps Bach hostage for a little bit.
She's the lady in the wheelchair, right?
Yes. Elphaba's little sister. Which, by the way, fuck Nessa Rose in Wicked 2.
Yeah, I hear she's like a real asshole in this because she's the one that takes Bach's heart away, right?
She's kind of like the Hitler of Munchkinland.
Oh, wow. Way to go. Great. Amazing.
But
wait. So they made, they made a handy capable person like the villain of the story.
Yeah, but
wow,
there are a few villains. I would say she's not the only villain, but she definitely has an arc where you're like, whoa, literally fuck her, fuck. She really is the Wicked Witch of the East, that bitch. But yeah, overall, it was just kind of like. I could have waited for it to, instead of paying $26 a ticket for 4D seats that we were like, why are these so expensive? 4D.
Why are these so expensive as you're bouncing around? Why are these so expensive?
Well, it was the only place where we could buy 11 tickets because I went with my cousins and my aunts and my grandma.
Wait, did your dad go?
No, the boys stayed home and watched football.
Hey, we're men. We ain't going to see this Wizard of Oz shit.
But my cousin texted us in the middle and she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You guys, I didn't realize. You can turn it off. I'm so sorry. Because she bought the tickets for all of us. I was like, I'm into this.
It's by the way, Heather Gay would have been in one of those chairs and just can you turn it up? That. I mean, are people just getting turned on in there? If it's buzzing in the right areas. Sorry, that's gross. I'm so sorry.
Literally, it's just so funny how it adds nothing to the experience for this movie.
That's such a bummer because, maybe just for this movie, because I've heard on somebody saw it in Fast and the Furious, the last one, and said it was awesome in 4D.
Yeah, for that it would be, but it's it'll be a song, and it's just whoa, during the song, I'm like, okay.
I'm trying to think of
Elphaba on her broomstick for a second. It's whoa, but that's it.
I'm flying. I feel like I'm flying. This is amazing.
But yeah, it's also one of those movies where whereas with the first one, I was entranced the entire time, didn't want to check my phone at all. I was checking my phone. I also was I made sure to pee before the movie because I was so mad that I had to go in the middle of Wicked 1. So I was I'm going to pee, get it out of the way. I was I could go to the bathroom right now and I wouldn't miss anything.
I was expecting you to wear a diaper and just go while the movie was going. I mean, because a lot of people will go to concerts in a full in a diaper just so they never have to leave the concert. That's really sad. And I will say, in terms of pop culture, expectations are that's the hardest thing that you have to deal with is audience expectations on something that they already love, because I've seen a lot of, and I don't know if you probably have not gotten to watch the first 4 episodes of the new season of Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. Well, why would you say that? Of course I've watched them.
See, me too. And it's like, I love it. It's like our families are in town, everything. I'm like, no, I did find time to watch 5 hours of a TV show.
I know, right? So I have a really good segue actually from Wicked into Stranger Things. And I talk about this on Dark Energy Tuesday on Stark Bait tomorrow. And like, don't come for me or call me like misogynistic. I just want to say that there's an epidemic with actresses getting lip fillers for roles that should not have lip fillers, and it takes me out of the program.
Are you talking about Vecna? Who are you talking about?
Vecna's BBL though. Like
Vecna is like tight, man. Wherever that dude has been, he's like fucking ripped.
Millie Bobby Brown's lip fillers are
like 11 discovered lip filler somewhere in the Upside Down because well that's also the danger of waiting 3 years in between seasons because
they grew up.
And don't hate me for the podcast should just be called "Don't Hate Me for Saying This." Don't hate me for saying this, but I did get like into the 3rd episode and I watched all 4 where I was like, wait a sec. Is Millie Bobby Brown a bad actor?
Yeah.
Like, is she a bad? Because I don't watch like the Young Sherlock or whatever the other thing she does.
Enola Holmes.
Yeah, I didn't watch Enola Holmes. But I was like, she was so impressive as a young girl, and I think we judge child actors.
She didn't really have like lines.
Yeah, but it's like it was such power. You're watching this kid, like you're like, wow, they can move things with their mind. That's amazing. Yeah, you're like all blown away by it. And then this one, she's like, what is this? Hop. Should I go in there, Hop? Thank you for training me, Hop. And I just didn't feel anything. I'm ready. Let me jump the fence, Hop.
No, it's bad, you guys. Her acting is really bad. I'm sorry. And like, again, like the lip fillers. And I say that because I felt the same way watching Wicked 2 with Ariana Grande. And I know that they were filmed one after the other, but for some reason they were like way more distracting in the second Wicked. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because she got more screen time maybe in the second. But like, I was like, first of all, 11, this 16-year-old girl in 1986 or whatever fucking year it is not getting lip fillers. Like, it's just, takes me out of it every time. Her acting was taking me out of it. And
I would, and to your point though, even all of those kids that are now 40 years old, I mean, they're, in their early 20s or late teens, it is very distracting to see how much that they've grown. And, it's like, listen, so you're just like, holy shit. And then cause you start thinking about your own mortality, you're like, God, how old have I got? How different do I look since Stranger Things first appeared 9 years ago or whenever? Yeah. And I mean, over like the 4th episode, a lot of action, it was good, but there was some real dead moments and the dialogue was a little rough. And then I had to keep reminding myself at its core, this is a show for kids because like there's so much like, Maya Hawke. Maya Hawke has so much exposition and the way she'll say her lines of like, oh my God, dude, it's like when Whitney Houston sang this, but that relays back to the plot because what happens, is that you experience something with your mind. Like, and it's like, they're over explaining everything.
Yeah. They're like, so you're saying that we should go to the Upside Down and then they finish each other's sentences. And I also like, there were so many moments where we were watching it and my parents like watched like the first 2 seasons, but haven't watched since then. And I was watching with Henry and my parents and I was like, I'm missing the why. Like we kept saying why, like why are they like, so like, let's just go to the Upside Down ourselves. Like why? Literally why? You have a whole government dealing with it. Like why?
Why do you get, and wait, does everybody have superpowers at this point? Because at the end, like Will has power. Like, I'm like, can we just get a head count on who all has powers? And like, and
I was just going to say, I'm obsessed with how Dustin was getting like kicked and like his ass was beaten. Like he was getting like literally like they were trying to kill him. And then he wakes up a couple hours later and he just has like a blood.
He's like, what's up? Yeah, you guys, do you notice that in movies and TV where like, it's not just the one hit. It's usually with teen bullies too in these shows. Yeah. They'll hit and then they'll keep hitting where in reality, I'm like, oh, that dude's face is broke. Like we're talking like that guy's face is just imploded. And then Dustin comes back. He's like, hey guys. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, do you ever think about Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise, when like, you could run a little bit maybe at that speed, but then like eventually I want to see a realistic Mission Impossible where he's just like, like catching for breath, or he gets so nervous he has IBS and he has to shit. Like he's like, oh God, I gotta, like there's just no possible way that and I know you're like, duh.
Sleep. They never sleep.
And they're fine. They're like sharp as a tack.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some writing choices that I was like very confused by.
I mean, I still liked it. I did. I mean, it was fine.
It was fun. I still enjoyed it. I'm like, each episode costs $50 million. Like this cost $50 million. Okay, sure. But like I think that there are certain actors in it that I think are genuinely great. And then you have others like Millie Bobby Brown where you're like, okay, a child actor grows up and you realize they can't really act, like Emma Watson.
Well, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because Millie Bobby Brown is still getting lead roles. She does so many Netflix projects. Yeah, so she's fine. She doesn't even need to act. But then you see somebody like Winona Ryder, and Winona Ryder has such a long, storied career where Stranger Things kind of put her back on the map, but like, I grew up with Winona Ryder from like Beetlejuice to like Reality Bites to Age of Innocence. I mean, she had such an insane career. Yeah. And then she had that shoplifting situation that happened. But then she went away for a while and Stranger Things kind of put her back on the map. But even Winona Ryder in this, you're just picturing like, oh man, I wonder if she's embarrassed because they're having to shoot her away from like other people, and she'll be like, hey, don't go there. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you think about how silly these actors must feel in certain situations in a show like this. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people like trashing Winona's performance, and I didn't notice hers as much.
I love her still. It doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah. I noticed more so like, what's his name? Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard, yeah.
Who plays Mike Wheeler, and then Noah Schnapp, who plays Will Byers.
Will.
I noticed them, even like Maya Hawke, I hate to say, I found a lot of praise for her performance, and I'm like, what am I missing?
You know what I think it is? I think people confuse quirkiness with good.
Yeah.
Because she has like, she's like, I do everything a little quirky. And so that is almost an excuse for like sometimes just not great writing sometimes and not great acting sometimes. But it'll be interesting to see how, but I was thinking about this is that is the daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
And Winona Ryder was in Reality Bites with Ethan Hawke, and now she's acting opposite Ethan Hawke's daughter. And I wonder if sometimes that just blows her away.
Oh, that's actually so funny. I also think it's like the nostalgia thing where she literally is Uma Thurman's carbon copy. So I think people are like, look, it's Uma Thurman. Like, I feel like she gets like a pass somehow.
Yeah,
I will
100%.
say that Caleb McLaughlin, I think his name is, who plays Lucas, is great. Sadie Sink is always great. Who else? Oh, Dustin. How do you Matarazzo?
Matarazzo.
I forget the actor's name.
Oh, Glenn Matarazzo.
I don't think it's Glenn.
Oh, okay.
Gab is a Gab. Dustin.
The rest of the podcast is us just throwing out names.
Gadden
Matarazzo.
Okay, so he is great also. I think that Natalia Dyer, Charlie, what's his name, Steve Harrington, all of the older, more established kids in the group, I think are all pretty good, other than Maya Hawke, sorry. So like there are some like hit and miss performances, but I will say that I think there are some actors in the group that I think they're not going to get a whole lot of work after this.
Well, this is the final season, so they released 4 episodes now. On December 25th, I think we get 4 more episodes, and then December 31st, we get the finale, which is a 2-hour episode. And the thing is with these, it's like, everything's going to be okay. It's like, This is how, it's like The Empire Strikes Back at the end, all hope is lost. Like at the end of, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but you're like, all hope is lost. And then the next batch of episodes will come out. Would you have preferred them to release all of them at once, or do you appreciate the release strategy of a handful now, a handful then?
All at once. Like,
really?
Or at least more than 4. Like, I feel like only 4 at a time. It just like felt like, okay, like what even is like, I felt like it was like a little too rushed. They were trying to like squeeze too much in. But
I wanted the rest of them just because I started seeing people shit on it. And then I was like, oh man, like hopefully these last batch are just so amazing that it'll shut everybody up, including us.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was my only argument for releasing them all. But I'm like, yeah, the thing about it, I'm pretty busy in December, so I'm good with December 25th. I mean, there's a lot of shit to watch right now. But I mean, by December 25th, I will forget everything in those first 4 episodes that I just watched.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the amount of like plot armor for the main characters. Like everyone around them will die, but then like they're always okay. They're gonna be okay.
No, it's gonna be fine, and be like everybody's probably gonna come back to life. Like they're gonna destroy the Upside Down, and all the characters that died along the way are probably gonna come back. The other thing I love, and they did this in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City this week too, is just every flippin' advertisement. They're like, Vecna's after us, but first let's eat these Doritos. Oh, have you tried beef jerky? Oh, wash this down with a nice Mountain Dew. Like it is all over. And they try to tap into 80s nostalgia, and they do it pretty well. But at the same time, they actually have partnerships with Doritos and stuff. So I always find that hysterical. And then this week, Salt Lake City, Heather Gay has no storyline. All she has to do is get in people's business. And her storyline is like, kids, do you see this new office provided by Wayfair? That was her story. And then let's get this marital bed mattress out of here, Whitney. That was her whole storyline.
Oh my God. I've been kind of bored by Salt Lake City the past 2 episodes. Am I the only one?
No. You know what it is? It's just that that 3-episode arc with Below Deck, when they're all there together, it's really hard to come back from that when we then have to go into separate scenes with all of these ladies not together. Like it kind of lets that tension air out of the bag.
Also, the fact that it's all centered around this airplane fight that we didn't even get to see.
I know.
I'm okay, we didn't get to see it. So I can't form an opinion because I don't know what actually happened.
Well, they in an interview said there were producers in that first class cabin. And at this point, I know it's bending the rules of Bravo reality television. But at this point, why don't we have a producer going, yeah, I was there. She was freaking out. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I wouldn't mind just a producer talking head of telling us what actually happened. And also, I did find it hysterical that Lisa Barlow, we find out she's really into Kendrick Lamar. I think that's an amazing little, because you knew she was into Kendrick.
I don't know.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
No, I found it performative.
No, of course it was performative. That's Lisa. She's performative.
Oh my God. Yeah, we need a third party. We need an objective third party to confirm what actually happened, because otherwise I can't get myself to care, because I'm
I don't want open-ended mysteries. If you're going to make it a storyline, you better know how it ends, and you better let us know. I'm too old for this shit. Come on, you guys. This is a big week in television, you guys, because we have the premiere of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Tonight, Sunday night, we have a premiere of a new season of Married to Medicine. And then we have the all-new Vanderpump Rules, which I told you, I saw it a couple weeks ago. I almost just wish they would just take out the name Vanderpump Rules. If you just forget that it's Vanderpump Rules, I think you might actually enjoy this. I know. Are you going to watch it? I really want you to watch it. I'm really curious what you think of this.
I'm 100% going to watch it. I'm excited. I told you, people are always going to hate on it until they actually watch it. They're like, okay, this is good. Same thing with Southern Hospitality and it always happens. Next Gen NYC. I will say I'm loving Southern Charm this season. There's only been 2 episodes.
Bapa DTT.
I'm loving it.
Okay,
yes.
see, that's what I mean. Listen, at the end of the day, it's these men are complete trash. It is hysterical.
Even
Shep
Austin, and I had hope for Austin. I was like, Austin's gonna settle down. He's growing up. No.
Isn't Southern Charm the one show where you're I would love to know if this show didn't exist, where all these men would be?
I think about that all the time, right? I literally think about that all the time. When you see their audition tapes in 2013, and Shep was so hot, seemed to in some sort of way have his shit together, kind of. I mean, I know that's a stretch, but he wasn't a complete disgusting disaster like he is today. He would probably have married a Southern bombshell, have 3 kids by now. Not saying that one lifestyle choice is the better one, but I think that he would be a more well-adjusted, normal person instead of what he is now, which is a floundering, unemployed,
I mean, I'm getting to a point where I'm legitimately feeling bad for him. And I know he's rich, so I shouldn't feel bad for him. But it's like every woman makes fun of him. He's like 47 years old and he's still hanging out at these parties and then trying to get like, like the spillover from Craig and Austin's women, like literally like, hey.
One of him, all of like the hot girls that like were fawning over him, 12 years ago.
Well, maybe let's fucking start with just matching clothes. Like, I get it that you're rich and you want all different patterns and all different, like, come on, let's just get if you're going to go to a party, let's just let's put it together. Let's do a queer eye for the straight guy for Shep, because I know he's all like, well, this is how I dress and it's cool. It's not cool. It's not helping as you get older. It's just not.
Yeah, it's not. Also, the fact that there's they're teasing this love triangle with Craig.
Craig, Charlie, and Salley. Charlie, we just met this episode. She's the new girl, a beauty pageant queen that Craig voted for her to take first in 2018, and she took third. And Craig literally goes, I stopped judging after that. I love that was so brutal for you. Like, I thought she was number 1 and she was number 3, so I just stopped judging beauty pageant competitions after that.
He had to give up his dream after that. He's like, I voted for you.
I couldn't trust myself. I don't know.
Oh my God. So that's interesting. That would be an interesting storyline.
Rebecca really dislikes Salley, and so Rebecca was saying, giant pick me. What do you think about Salley?
Yes, I agree. I didn't mind her until the second episode because she obviously is like the biggest pick me. She's like, watch me play football with the boys, like whatever, sure. But then she talks about like girl code because Charlie is flirting with Craig, but then
she already broke girl code the week before with Vanita.
And by saying that she would hook up with Austin as soon as he broke up with his girlfriend. Like, where's the girl? I know you're not friends with Audrey or whatever her name is, but like, still, that's like unwritten girl code, is that you don't go after another girl's boyfriend.
Well, she's a character where it's like, thank you for your service, because she's good for the show, but you can already tell like, oh God, she's going to get so hated on after this episode that your heart almost kind of goes after it. Like, you're like, I know this is sort of real, but at the same time, you're taking one for the team, because you always need somebody to hate, guy and girl. And I feel like she really took it and ran with it, because if you watch the trailer, it does seem like she hooks up with Austin at some point this season. I don't know if she ever hooks up with Craig. That's what the trailer, remember, was like, oh, didn't you sleep with Austin or something like that? So we know Austin and Audrey, his girlfriend, they don't last. And obviously at the tail end of this episode, we see that like, yeah, they're not going to last for long, because Austin's like, I love that she lives 4 hours away and she's always the one making the drive. And he's like, it's just like more convenient. Yeah, of course it's more convenient. You don't have to leave. Like, she has to drive to you every time. And how are you in your late 30s and you've never had a conversation about what the future looks like?
Yeah, he says they've never talked about moving in, marriage, kids. They've been dating at this point, I think, for like 2 years, I want to say.
A year and a half, he said.
A year and a half. It's like, how do you not have those conversations? Again, you're in your late 30s. These men are just never...
I think if Austin wasn't on, if this show didn't exist, I think Austin would have 2 kids by now.
Yeah, Austin would be like a normal, well-adjusted person, I think.
Yeah, I think this is really potentially screwed him up for the rest of his life. Well, now, Craig is floundering. Like, I think what the most revealing scene was with him and his assistant after he was like hungover the next day. And he was like, oh, this is pay. And this is where I said this on the recap, you really got to celebrate Paige DeSorbo in a sense. I know that's big words, but it's like, she's smart enough. I don't know how Paige feels about the breakup at this point. Like, she could have been so depressed, but guess what? She chose not to be on reality TV, so we don't have to see it. Like, it's a really smart move, don't you think?
Oh, she's not depressed.
No, I know she's not depressed, but
but
the great thing is we wouldn't know either way, right?
Yeah, but it's so funny also when he's with his assistant and he's like, oh my God. And the assistant is like, yeah, you have this appearance at like the Food and Wine Festival or like whatever fucking the home expo, like listing out all of these just like events that he has to show up at. He goes, oh my God, it's a lot. Oh, and I'm like, Craig, shut the fuck up.
Like, he called his assistant, he's kind of like a general contractor for my life. And I'm like, no, he's your fucking assistant. He's not your general contractor. It's called an assistant, Craig. That's what he is. He's an assistant. Okay. That guy has stories. I want to interview Craig's assistant so bad.
Let's do it. Let's find him.
if Craig didn't have if Craig didn't choose to be on this season, we might think Craig was like handling the breakup well. But now we see it, and he's one of those people, when he's alone with those voices in his head at night, he's going through it. Like he's going through it.
Yeah, and he also says something like, I don't have my best friend anymore, so I have no one to talk to. And I think that, like, when he said, and I know that, like, a lot of people say that about their SO, that, like, that's their best friend. But with him, like, I think he literally doesn't have other friends.
Well, that's why I think that's why Austin's so upset at him, because Austin wants to be let into the inner circle, and he's like, Paige made me understand that you guys are all losers, and now I have to be back with you guys. Like I thought I got out, and now I have to be around you guys. And it's like girls are throwing themselves at him, but it doesn't matter, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We also got a lot of announcements of pickups last week. We have a second season pickup for Kim Kardashian's All's Fair, which I knew was going to happen. I mean, like, that was obvious. Like, I told you, but before it even, like, there was going to be a 2-season pickup regardless. So Kim Kardashian gets a second season. Like, she is kind of considered the older Millie Bobby Brown in my book. She's big lips and she can't act, right? Right?
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. She's like, why can't I think of his name? Who's the guy that started Oppenheimer?
Cillian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy, but without the acting skills. Because he has big lips, you know?
Yeah, you nailed it. I've always thought of her as a Cillian Murphy type. That's amazing. But I will say, I know you don't watch the Kardashians. I know most people don't watch, but they are really doing some groundbreaking stuff. This past week, Kim Kardashian went in for brain scan activities, and her doctor said, her doctor, Daniel Amen, said that she has low brain activity. Like, you couldn't waterboard that information out of me if and Kim was like, this can't be. I've got a busy summer. Like, I love that Kim had to find out she was fucking dumb on national television, where the doctor was like, by the way, and this is kind of a joke because she says first off, I was like, Rebecca was telling me, like, when she was like looking shit up, was that they don't really have, these brain scans don't really, you can't really tell that much. Like, you don't put a lot of weight into these things. But I do love the fact that Kim would embarrass herself to just, now that's like a news story out there that she's fucking dumb.
Yeah, so I think this is actually more common than you'd think in today's day and age. I think that, like, a lot of people now just, like, take pictures for work. Like, that's like how they, occupy their day, is like getting dressed up and taking photos. Like, influencer culture. I think that, like, we cannot understate how detrimental that is to people's, like, people are going to have earlier onset. Like, I'm not even joking right now. Like, early onset, like Alzheimer's, God forbid, but it's like people aren't using their brains anymore. So I think that's probably, like, more common than you think. Second of all, I read a conspiracy theory that this is, like, possibly
Elon Musk.
Yes, it's gonna be like a Neuralink, like, sponsored partnership.
Okay, so that's what I was getting to, you guys, is that Elon Musk has this company called Neuralink that has been, like, he was testing it on chimpanzees, but it's basically like adding hard drive storage to your brain. Like, they're drilling into your brain and they're adding, like, it's like, listen, I will say I'll never do this and I'll probably never be able to afford this, but there have been times where I'm like, my brain is full. Like, I am full. Like, I wish I could choose what to dump out of this thing. But it is completely full. But Kim, that was another conspiracy theory, was that this was like kind of setting up the little seedlings of a storyline of Kim gets Neuralink, it being one of the first human testing people. Wouldn't it be great if that was Kim? But I would use it on Courtney first, but.
Oh my God. It's like the modern day lobotomy.
I mean, what if, but also just the thought, like, they fuck up Kim even worse. Like Kim, or then Kim, what is that Bradley Cooper movie where he takes that pill and he's like a genius?
Oh, Limitless?
Limitless, yeah. What if Kim Kardashian all of a sudden can speak like 80 languages and she's smarter than I mean, wouldn't that be insane? Like,
we actually were talking about that, like, with my dad, because my dad thinks that Neuralink actually, like, sounds cool. He's like, yeah, and, like, imagine, like, you'll be able to, like, speak, like, different languages with Neuralink. TM.
It would be cool, but then there is something like, just speaking to the late.
Nothing about
no,
it's cool.
I agree, but there is a certain laziness with our culture already, where it's like, we want to encourage people to learn and to study and to like find out what they're good at naturally and not just rely on computers. And that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like old man bitching hour. Did you notice like all of a sudden I was on Threads a lot over the last week, which is like, the Meta's version of Twitter, and the amount of AI slop on there, that and Instagram, where all of a sudden in the last 7 days, it feels like everybody is using AI where they're doing like these, hey, this is like what it was like on Home Alone shooting this film. And it looks somewhat realistic, but it's not. And I fucking hate it. I hate it.
That's the other thing, you guys, is that AI, it's like literally, it's making everyone's brain activities slow down, not just Kim Kardashian's. Like, it's actually scary. I will say, though, that sometimes I do, and this is embarrassing. It's like, I know this is a judgment-free zone, but when I'm on Facebook and being like a Facebook boomer, I do get sucked into the little stupid AI videos they have on Facebook.
Like
It's
what?
like the
Like
worst
what? Like
AI
what?
slop. You know the little like cozy like houses that they have that are AI?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that looks cozy. And then they'll be like, here's a girl getting into a bed made out of creme brulee. And I'm like, you know what? That looks comfortable.
Okay, you know what? I'm not giving that a pass, but I'm like, yeah, because we know that beds aren't made out of creme brulee. So we know. But what I hate, it's not just the AI itself, it's then you get to see all the comments of all the dum-dums that don't realize that it's AI, where it's like, that's magical. I didn't realize that's how Macaulay Culkin looked behind the scenes.
Wait, or it'll be like, the one that I'm talking about, we talked about it before, where it's a baby that gets swept away in a flood, and then it gets rescued by a golden retriever. And then all the comments are like, good dog. That's why dogs are the best. Good boy.
Well, and by the way, this is like, and I've turned into a real curmudgeon online where you might even see me on Instagram. So like, if you see any of these and I've seen it, you'll see me write, this is AI. This is AI. Stop this. Stop this. Like I literally, like I'm like a class, like a hall monitor. We're like, stop this. This isn't cool. Like I write that now on everything because I get so angry and nobody's reading that comment. Nobody gives a shit. But it's like, that's the AI is getting so good, you guys, that we're like literally, I mean, it's very dangerous. And I feel like in creation, especially, and I don't, like I see even creators do it, or even certain people in this space do it. And like, I get it. It's funny and you wouldn't be able to do that yourself. But at the same time, it's like, it's not as unique or novel as you think it is,
No. Yeah. I'm very, very, very alarmed.
Yeah. And it's going to keep getting better and better, but I think it's going to make us worse and worse. I mean, yet, like they said AI, I don't know. So anyways, back to Kim being a dum-dum. They were talking about holes in her brain because she had recently learned she had a small brain aneurysm. And the doctor said, with your frontal lobes as they work now, it would be harder to manage stress, and that's not good for you, especially as you're studying and you're getting ready to take the boards. And Kim was like, this just can't be. I just can't. I'm not accepting that. I got to get up on a plan to really figure this out because I have shit to do this summer. And then she said, she goes, I have a beautiful brain.
Okay, Donald Trump.
Yeah. My beautiful brain has an ass that won't quit. My brain has a BBL that is insane. But she got those holes in her brain from Kanye. She did.
Oh my God. So Christy, my Starkbait co-host, has been watching Kardashians, and she actually
Trigger warning, Christy.
Trigger warning, Christy.
Trigger warning, Christy.
She actually said that it's pretty good this season.
Sophie, that's what I was about to say. It's good. Yeah. Like it's way better than it has been. I thoroughly enjoy watching the Kardashians, and I've been shamed into saying that I don't enjoy. I enjoy it.
Okay.
I actually like it.
You're allowed, like, I just admitted I sometimes like the AI slop videos on Facebook. Like, you're allowed to admit that you enjoy the Kardashians lately. Yeah. I heard also that Kourtney is insufferable.
Kourtney is the villain of this. Kourtney is just like, I don't know how you would allow. You could also just say you don't want to do the show, because why would you do this where you look like a gigantic asshole to the point where I'm like, it even makes me more confused about her and Travis Barker. Like, you're just like, what is happening there? Like, she seems miserable.
Yeah. I also saw like a still of Scott going around where he looks extremely unwell.
And by the way, he's put on like he had that like a massive weight loss from Ozempic,
Yeah.
but like he's put on some of that weight again. It's just that like he's still, I mean, we're all getting older. Maybe that's what it is.
He looks like just not great.
Not well.
He looks sick. He looks sick.
Okay, Scott, we care about you, bud.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Sophie? I'm great. I miss Courtney so much.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's me, Kaylin. I want a Neuralink. Woo! In good news, did you see this? Portia Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta, she revealed the identity of her new boo, and she is now with a woman. She recently got a divorce from Simon Gubadiah. I know I'm not pronouncing that name correctly, but she went Instagram official over the holidays with Patrice Sway McKinney on Friday. And did you see this, Sophie?
Yes, I did see this. And she's been like out as bi for a while, right?
Yeah, out as bi, but like this is, I believe, the first time she's went public with a girlfriend. And Rebecca saw the picture and she goes, "Oh, I get it." Like saw the picture of Sway. And I was like,
I understand it.
I was like, calm down, Rebecca. Like, Jesus God. Like, she was like, no, I get it. And I was like, fine. Like, but I just thought, yeah, they look like a beautiful couple. But obviously, this is going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I think I'm totally here for that. I want to see what Portia looks like in a lesbian relationship.
Sorry, I just realized that my mic like hasn't been working this entire time. So sorry if I sound
I mean,
bad.
you sound good on my end, but
okay, good. I don't know what's going on with my mic. My mic is not working, but okay, that's fine.
Sorry about that. I mean, I'll wait to process it and then maybe you'll sound like poo. But, anyways, Sway, guys. Oh, so, and by the way, it's not just Sway. She goes by, Sway the Pro. And I was like, Sway the Pro, is she like a rapper? And it's like, no.
Yeah, like what's her job title?
Her business is, she helps people open profitable salons. She has a salon suite business.
Like Tabitha?
Sway the Pro takes over. She's like, I help people open a profitable salon suite business. #1 salon suite mentor. So she helps people do that, but they call her Sway the Pro. That's
very interesting.
But also, that's the thing, dude. I mean, and I know you and Henry are great, all that stuff, but I think every woman will eventually be with a woman. Like, I think once women unlock the key, like, yeah, we're toast. Like, why would you want to be with a man?
Yeah. I mean, and I know people say it all the time, like straight women that are like, oh my God, I just wish I wasn't attracted to men.
Yeah. No, it really is. Sometimes it's like that's women's secret shame is being attracted to men.
You know, one day I'm going to be like, I could be with Brad. I could be with Angelina.
Just like Kyle Richards. I could be with Sway the Pro, or I could be with Simon Gibadiaba.
I could be with George. I could be with Laura.
It would be great on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere if Kyle's like, I was just eating pussy for the last 3 hours. It's been a crazy summer. Like if she fully leans into it, that would be so awesome. I'm going to get comments for that. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. So Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you finished the most recent season, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Demi.
So over the last week, you guys, I talked about a little bit of this on Wednesday's episode, but it came out because they're really what old school not really. They're kind of so unique, and they use social media in such a way that the show can't keep up with how messy they're being. Jessie went on her socials and said, hey, you know what Fruity Pebbles was? It's because Brett, her husband, loves to guzzle her piss. And it came... What's that?
I'm just going to say verbatim what she said. Pretty much
verbatim. Please.
Grandpa Brett likes to... loves to drink Demi's piss, and he guzzles it down like dirty soda, and that's what Fruity Pebbles is. And
So,
everyone's like, "Oh my god."
so Jesse
Grandpa
says that.
first of all.
First off, if I was Brett, like the grandpa Brett, I would have like that would have taken like the piss thing. That's bad, but the grandpa Brett, I bet that's what really got him because he's obviously much older than Demi, and he used to be married to Angie from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So then, Dum Dum Demi pretty much admits that that is true, but it was a private, beautiful moment between two loving partners. Would you ever, that's another one.
Nope.
Would you ever, you couldn't strangle that. You would have to kill me before I would ever admit to something like that.
Nope. But by the way, I think I just figured out my mic.
Yeah, you do sound a little different now. Yeah.
Everyone. No, you could not waterboard that information out of me. I think that we would all understand if she decided to just like lie about that, just not admit it. And the fact that now she's trying to like play it off like it's like a big joke. And
they're doing like TikToks where they're like eating Fruity Pebbles, Demi and Brett, and I'm like, it's not fucking fun. It's not funny anymore. Like, and this is what I'm scared.
Her stepsons.
The thing is, this is what with like these organized religions, sometimes they're so this is how soaking happens. You're so inexperienced that you're then all of a sudden drinking piss and then you're like normalizing it. Like I almost feel like she's proud of it. She doesn't realize how grody it actually is. And then she said, well, my piss tastes like Fruity Pebbles, I'm told. And I'm like, I had so many people write to me, if your piss tastes like Fruity Pebbles, you need to go to the doctor immediately. You are severely dehydrated and something is wrong with, like, this is like, seriously, I'm concerned. Something is wrong with your body if your pee tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Like,
you need to get some blood work done.
No, like immediately.
Yeah. And the fact that she's like, this was a private moment between two consenting adults in our bedroom. And it's like, well, what about if, which it's been pretty much debunked that Jesse and Marciano had sex, but say that they did. Like, wouldn't that be a private moment between two consenting adults in their bedroom? Like, how is that? Like, she's just like such a fucking hypocrite. And do you see the comment that she also made about Marciano's deceased father?
Dad. Yeah, Dizzy's father said like, "Oh, wow, he would be ashamed of you about your dead dad."
Was your dad this much of a pussy too? He's probably looking down on you, so ashamed. That's like too far. And also, did you know that Marciano's dad was apparently like a boxer?
A boxer, yeah.
Who was killed when he was killed in a fight, like in the boxing ring when Marciano was only like 4 years old. So, like that's like traumatic. First of all, to lose a parent, it's traumatic to lose a parent in any way, but like. I feel like that's like insane to make a comment about Marciano's dead father like that. She's just like, it's too much. It's literally too much. Like,
to have people all of a sudden sympathize with Marciano, like you're all of a sudden sympathizing with Marciano. And like, I've never seen somebody like, I don't know if this is considered leaning into like being a villain or what it is, but like she is so drastically unprepared for like the comments that she is making where I'm like, girl, this is not going to go how you think. You are not going to get offered Dancing with the Stars because you're not going to have fucking Julianne Hough being like, and dancing the cha-cha, piss guzzler. Like, no, she's peeing. Like they would have to bring like, oh, you had a funny Fruity Pebbles moment. Tell us about it. Like you realize you got to like, how many brands, and I'm sure there's tons, but really which brands are wanting to be affiliated at this point? Like Fruity Pebbles, this is not the attention they want, right?
Dancing the Hora. Chiz O'Houlihan.
By the way, I just don't understand any of it where I'm like, and part of me, it's like so bizarre that I'm like, oh, this has to be staged, but I know it's not. I think that's my way of protecting myself because it's so disturbing to me. But So Secret Lives of Mormon Wives got picked up for 2 more seasons, 20 episodes, but it'll be curious because Demi's also saying that certain things were faked in terms of storyline. And, she's like revealing certain things, which none of the things being revealed I was that concerned with in terms of like reality. But I do wonder at a certain point, is Demi assured coming back or is there a point where she'll get cut loose from this as well?
I mean, did you see that she apparently took Hulu out of her bio? So people are speculating that she is leaving.
But Housewives do that all the time. They take up Housewives in between contract negotiations.
But I would not be surprised if she did actually like decide to not even decide to leave. I think I wouldn't be surprised if she got fired. I think that she has like crossed a few too many lines.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't like choose to leave. Like you might, like Whitney played hardball with negotiations for this past season, and it helped her get Dancing with the Stars, which I understand. So Demi might be playing like some sort of weird hardball, but at a certain point, I think she does become a liability. And then I don't know. I just think she's underestimating or overestimating how much she's needed or even liked on this show.
Yeah, she is not necessary to the show. She wasn't even in like the first 5 episodes of the most recent season. It was like great. Like she's not needed.
Now, Whitney today is probably going to announce that Whitney is going to be on Chicago on Broadway. I think it gets announced on Monday, she said.
Wait, is it for sure happening?
Well, some Broadway shows has. She's making the announcement today on Monday. She said, now guess what? I listened to the full, Rebecca and I, well, we didn't listen. We watched the full Call Her Daddy interview with Whitney Levitt from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Dancing with the Stars and her dancing partner, Mark Ballas. And we watched that on Wednesday or Tuesday night when it came out, whenever it came out. And that was really, I've never listened to a full Alex Cooper interview. And, you know, it was, I don't know, like, well, you know, like, I don't, you know, I was bored at times, but like, that could be, well, I was impressed by what this was like in conjunction with Dancing with the Stars. So they filmed it in Hollywood and they let them do their final dance, their freestyle dance where they would have done on the finals if they weren't cut. And it really was this amazing dance. I mean, it's not realistic because you could tell there were certain cut marks where they changed costuming and makeup. So it was even better, and it wasn't live, so they were able to do it how they wanted to do it. And I was really, really impressed. And they even put the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives theme song intermixed with My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Oh my God, that probably went so hard.
Oh, wait, you didn't see it?
No.
Oh yeah, and it was like I did it, da 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 da. It was actually really fucking good, and but at the same point, like yeah, I ended up liking. You know, Dancing with the Stars was the best thing that happened to Whitney because I didn't love her on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I really like her now. But there is this thing where I've seen certain creators talk about it of like, I'm so mad that she was voted off and it might have been because people didn't like her on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And to me, like to that, I'm like, tough titties. First off, she actually was able to surpass expectations through Dancing with the Stars because she's actually talented. She has a real gift. But yes, we do not need to feel bad as an audience because we see something and we make a judge. That's how reality TV works. Yeah. We do judge you. Like, why would that be the audience's fault? Everything plays into it. So we don't just judge on the dancing, unfortunately. Everything plays into it. You have your favorites, you have your least favorites, but Whitney has the last laugh because now she has a whole other career aside from reality television.
Yeah, she does. And I think that she's like the one out of the group that actually has talent. Again, I didn't watch Dancing with the Stars.
So like, talented.
From everything I've heard, she's extremely talented. So good for her for like, first of all, having an amazing redemption arc. It's so funny because on the first season of Secret Lives, she was like the villain. And then Demi was the one going up against her, which is why everyone loved Demi the first season. And it's so funny how much that's all flipped upside down.
Well, just think about it. Like in terms of the last week, in the last week, we have Demi and it's like her husband's guzzling her piss. And then you have Whitney about to make an announcement about Broadway on Call Her Daddy, on Dance. Like it's just completely different conversations. Which one of those conversations would you prefer for your career? I know it's not Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. At least with Fruity Pebbles, though, apparently Demi only gained like 1,000 followers during the entire past season of Secret Lives.
Is that true?
Yeah, and with Fruity Pebbles Gate, she's gained like over 50K.
We are such a sick fucking world.
I know.
Oh my God. So anyways, I'm interested to see where everybody goes next, but you have 20 more episodes of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So that is the gift that keeps on giving. Also, we have the second season, and I still haven't watched the first. Rebecca finally said, I want to watch this, of Love Thy Nader, the Brooke Nader show and her family.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Also,
sure.
This is a heartwarming Thanksgiving story. Sean Diddy Combs, this is from New York Post. Sean Diddy Combs sucks up to fellow felons, organizes Thanksgiving dinner for 1,000 inmates. And this was put out I saw this in a bunch of different presses. So his people put this out.
PR working
His PR working overtime. He helped finance a Thanksgiving meal that served 1,000 convicts. And this was like, he said he teamed up with the group Bankroll Bosses to buy extra food from the prison commissary and distribute it to fellow inmates. He told Us Weekly through his publicist, Thanksgiving to me is about making sure other people eat. Everybody misses their family. People get depressed during the holidays, which is true. But it's Diddy, right? And the meals then were prepared by the felons in the prison over 2 days and hand-delivered to hundreds of inmates in multiple buildings, a former gang leader who goes by B.I. told Us Weekly. And they don't have cutlery, microwave stoves, so the prisoners use impromptu kitchen tools to prepare meals and their ID cards to chop the food. B.I. boasted, the chefs here make it taste like grandma cooked it. A lot of people don't have anything. This was a way to give back. So that's a really nice story if it didn't involve Diddy. But like Diddy did this. I mean, you guys might think I'm heartless for this, but like you got to understand how PR works.
Yeah.
But
a nice gesture, but it's Diddy, so like I'm not going to give him any sort of props for that. But
sure, also,
a nice gesture. I'm glad that some of these convicts got to have a nice Thanksgiving meal. Also, the concept of an Us Weekly reporter
talking to B.I.
interviewing wait, what's B.I.'s title again?
B.I. is he's a former gang leader who goes by B.I.
An Us Weekly reporter interviewing
Us Weekly. Hey, Mom, I gotta leave the Thanksgiving dinner table because I gotta talk to B.I. really quickly. And B.I.'s like a paid informant at some point, and he's a rapper for Diddy. Well, but like, okay.
Oh my God.
I've watched a lot of prison shit in my day, and like, you're not just allowed to buy like you only have a certain amount of money that you're even allowed on your books, from my understanding. Like you have to, like, it goes in like, I thought like weeks where you're only allowed to buy a certain thing. So I think he organized this with the whole prison gang. So everybody was like, but I'm just saying this guy, I don't know. I'm more curious about like how this all went down.
Like logistically.
Yep. I've talked to you about this. Have you ever been on prison TikTok?
Not really, but we've talked about this before.
Oh, prison, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know exactly what they're talking about. They'll take like the heat lamp and they'll take the wires and they'll put it under their metal desk and it creates like a griddle. And then, it takes a lot longer, it takes a lot for it to heat up. And then they're making they really are. This thing, I am still a little confused on how they're able to film all of this. Like, they look like they have full phone setups, like they have everything.
I was like, if I can have a phone in prison, then yeah.
Oh,
like that's fine.
I said, I'll rob a bank tomorrow because like they look like they have this huge setup and I will say these people are ingenious. Like what they're like crafting, like they need a top chef in the prison system.
Wait, I actually love that idea.
No, all joking aside, it would be because I will sit there on prison TikTok and I am blown away by what they cook up. Like this guy was making pies out of like candy bars, like to make the crust. And it was like, it was like ingenious.
I know what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, they should do that. Hosted by Olivia Culpo.
Yeah. It's me. No, fuck it. Give Demi from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Let her host it.
Wait, also, did you see, and we talked about this on Snarkbait last week, that Padma Lakshmi and Melissa King are like allegedly dating? Did we talk about this?
Well, we might have, but yeah, like they're together now.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's going to go to women because that's like men. Like we lost it. Like we had our chance. Like we're not good enough. Like we didn't step up to the plate. And now women are going to take over for women.
Yeah, as they should.
Anyways, also Jen Shaw spent her last Thanksgiving in prison because she will be released on December 10th. So Heather Gay, watch out. You got some splaining to do.
Probably like shaking.
Oh, yeah. She's going to move all her Wayfair desk furniture out of her apartment or her house, her beautiful house. So I'm really curious. Like, I don't want Jen Shaw anywhere near Bravo, but I am curious where that first interview will be. I really do hope it's not on Bravo, though.
No, absolutely not. Keep it away from Bravo.
What is coming up on Snarkbait this week? So you got Dark Energy Tuesday. Ooh. Who is your Thursday episode?
Yes, we are doing a deep dive on Lauren Conrad. She's like the OG influencer.
She's the one that got away. She's the one that did not need reality television.
The girl that didn't go to Paris.
But also the girl that didn't depend on reality television for the rest of her life. Like, she's turned it all down, right?
And then our Patreon episode on Wednesday is actually one of my Roman empires. You remember the reality show I Want to Marry Harry?
Yes. Yes.
And it was a random British man pretending that they all gaslit these American women into thinking was Prince Harry. Like, they were competing for Prince Harry Bachelor style. And he was just a random actor with dyed red hair. It wasn't even natural red hair. So we do a deep dive on that on Patreon.
Oh yeah, because this week we have the Meghan Netflix holiday special.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for that.
Meghan Markle holiday special. I read somewhere, maybe I don't know if this is true or not, but like, even when she's like at her home, like, she gets announced going into a room, like, the Duchess Meghan Markle.
That was the Harper's Bazaar article. The
writer, so that's real.
It was like a shady. The writing of the article was like a little bit shady, where you're like, I can't tell if this is like a hit piece or whatever. But she basically says that it's just her and Meghan Markle and the butler at her friend's amazing brownstone, Meghan's friend's brownstone in Manhattan. And the butler announces, "It is Her Royal Highness Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex." And it's just like them two in the room.
See, like, why would you do that? Especially if you don't want to, like, be affiliated with royals. Like, I mean, it's
like and we talk about this also on Snarkbait. Like, we're the biggest Meghan defenders. I do really, really, really like Meghan, but then sometimes you're like, she does it to herself sometimes.
She makes it hard. She makes it hard to root for.
She makes it hard. Like, some of these choices that she makes, it's like, it's a little tough sometimes. But like, I do root for her, and I do enjoy her Netflix show. I always root for her. So, do
you know she was there used to be this bar in like the early aughts. Well, my roommate Sarah at the time was working at this place called Mirabelle, and I would go in there to get free drinks because our apartment was like really close to there. And Chris Frangiola, the comedian who wound up on Chelsea Lately, this was like pre Chelsea Lately. He was like one of the waiters. Sarah Colonna, the comedian, was one of the waiters, and Meghan Markle was the hostess. But but she was like kind of forgettable. Like, she worked there, but like, I was like, oh yeah, like, I remember her, but she wasn't like, it wasn't like, oh, she'll be a princess one day. She was just like all of us, like a struggling actor.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like what's, so appealing about her is that she's very like every girl. She's kind of like girl next door. I mean, like, I don't know. I think that she has kind of stumbled into this life. I think she always did want to be famous. I mean, she was an aspiring actress. Like, yeah, she wanted to be famous and successful, but I think she obviously stumbled into this royal life, and she's made a lot of missteps along the way. It obviously doesn't excuse the amount of hate she gets, especially from the British press. But yeah, there are just certain things you like read about her and Harry where it's just like, yeah, like, I feel like you guys can make better choices, probably.
Thank God that Bizarre article wasn't like, Grandpa Henry likes to guzzle Meghan's piss like Fruity Pebbles. Like it was...
And drink it like dirty soda.
Dirty soda. Oh, also, lastly, Salley Carson, you remember, she used to be on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
She
left. And
Bachelor in Paradise. But she left after the second week, the second week of Bachelor in Paradise. And Bachelor, she left before the limo arrivals because that was the weekend they were shooting, the weekend of her wedding, of her engagement, that she broke off.
Yep. Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, did you think of that because we were talking about people that always wanted to be famous?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I always find it interesting is that, like, if you see a reality star in this day and age, it's likely not their first reality show. They always have like a history of reality TV. So anyways, Sophie, go subscribe to Snarkbait, go rate it 5 stars, go join their Patreon, all of that good stuff. I am so happy to not be eating food anymore for the next week after Thanksgiving, and have a great start to your week, folks. We will be here all week, and so will Snarkbait. Bye.
Bye.